Hello everybody, Adrian Chandler here to tell you a little bit about the Sammartini Recorder Concerto, which was released as our first single from a new album, Forza Azzurri, which will be released in November. Giuseppe Sammartini is, along with his brother Giovanni Batista, relatively unusual. They're a relatively unusual pair of composers at this time because they're pretty much the only Baroque composers who were first and foremost wind players. Most composers of the time were, generally speaking, either keyboardists or violinists. Occasionally you might come across a cellist such as Caldara, but generally keyboardists and violinists. So this is quite unusual, and Sammartini's output reflects the fact that he's first and foremost a wind player. So you find quite a lot of oboe repertoire. You do also find concerti grossi for just strings, particularly from his London period. He settled in London relatively early on in his career and pretty much stayed there throughout. But bizarrely, it's the Recorder Concerto, of which there is just one, that's probably his best known piece today in the 21st century. The Recorder Concerto is also slightly unusual in that if you actually look at what Italian concertos for recorder and strings there are at this period, once you've been through those by Vivaldi and the Sammartini, you pretty much draw a blank. There are, of course, those that survive in this manuscript of 20-odd concertos for recorder and instruments in Naples, though unlike the Vivaldi and the Sammartini that were undoubtedly written for a larger ensemble. In Vivaldi's case, the Pietà, and Sammartini performance in London. The Neapolitan concertos were probably intended to be played one to a part. So it is relatively unusual that there is an Italian concerto for recorder and strings. We don't know who it was written for. The Vivaldi concertos almost certainly written for the Pietà, but maybe Sammartini wrote it for himself. We don't know. But whatever, it's a very attractive piece of music. We hope you enjoy it. Listen to the single.